So welcome back to this video series. So in this video, we're going to be working on how to update data that is stored in database. And this is the last place we stopped in our last class where we deleted a particular record in a database that is deleted from a register where email is equals to is particular email. So, and the next line is execute, and we can see the table here. So we deleted other record, remaining only this one. So in this video, we're going to be writing. First of all, we have to use this code, this very one, register, to insert at least one extra record into the database. So let's open localhost / the folder name, which is nega and register.php, and we allow it to load. So what we're trying to do now is to insert at more record. For now, we're going to be inserting one more record into that database table. Register is the name of that table that is inside the website, remember. So it's loading. So when it's done loading, we're going to be inserting one more extra person or one more record, so they will become two at the end. So the name is team, phone number, just type in the number. The email, let us use team teamhard teamhard at gmail.com. Teamhard at gmail.com. So teamhard at gmail.com. So now let's put in the password. The password will just be anything. So when we're done, so we click on submit, and it will be submitted. Just choose do not save, so we can now see registration successful. So the next thing we have to do, just to go to the database, refresh that table to see if the data really entered in the database. Of course, we're going to be saying it because we have tested this code before and we see that it is working. So we can now see that this data is already there. So that team, the number team had, is already. So now we want to update the phone number now to another number using the code. So that is the reason why we have to update this phone number using the code or programmatically. So we just need to go back to our subline, go back to the subline, and then we need to open a PHP file, and we're going to be naming it update. Let's give it name update.php, update.php, update.php. So when we're done typing, so we save it. So we now need to start the php tags, opening and closing. So now we will need connection. So remember, we always work with connection anytime that you want to work with database. For the first thing you have to just to connect to the database. So we copy this line, copy it, and go back to update and paste it where we want to use this one, because we have tested this connection and we have seen that it's working. So now we want to update the phone number of this very last person we registered here. So, and that person's email is teamhard@gmail.com. So we're going to be saying update so record where the email is equals to teamhard. Okay, so I hope you understand. So we have to copy the email, copy it, then go back to code, and then write SQL equals to update 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 the table name, update the table name. Now what is the table name? Should we register? So let's head on, so we can now see that the table name there is register. Let's copy it and then go back to our code and then paste it there. So update register set. Now this set is written like set phone. Now that is set this phone. Set phone. We want to update that particular phone for teamhard where email is equals to teamhard. Set phone. set phone equals to set phone equals to let's say zero let's type just any number there. So though before we run this code we might just choose to change it, but let's just leave this for now. So let's say that this is the number they want to update, that number that's in database 2. So where now this where now we determine the particular line. There are two records there. So which record? The record where email is equals to timhard@gmail.com. Are you saying it? So we have to copy that timhard so that we don't miss any word there. So we paste it here. So we have update register set phone equals to that number there, where email equals to timhard@gmail.com. So now we need to execute this SQL because it is during the execution that the actual work is done. MySQL query. So in brackets we're going to be having two parameters. One is the connection, which is connect, then the other one is our SQL, SQL. So we now put comma. So now we need to check if this actually updated. If this actually updated. So we now put if execute. That is, if that execute actually worked. If it worked, so we're going to be having updated. If it worked, that is if execute. That is if the execute actually worked. If it works, so we're going to be having, well, we have to echo. Remember, echo is used to just print something on the body of the browser. Echo phone number updated, phone number updated, phone number updated. Else that the else is that if it did not work, if the updating was not successful. So what are we going to write on the bottom of the browser? We have to echo error. Let's say error. Okay, error. So let's say error, try again. Error, try again. Error, try again. So this code is going to be updating phone number where email equals to timhard, and then when the updating is successful, they need to write on the bottom of the browser phone number updated. If not, then we will have this. So I corrected something there now, SQL, not SQ. So SQL. So now I change this number to 67777. So we'll run this code up to 3-4 times while we change that number. So we now see the way we keep changing on database, but it will only update the record or the row where email is equals to timhard. I hope you're following. So now let's go down to the browser and then open up this file, which is localhost, then the folder name, which is Neka, and Neka localhost Neka, Neka, then update.php. So when we run it, so we now see phone number updated. So now let's go to our database table and down check. If you refresh now, then you now see that the number there have been updated to 67777. Now let's go now and manipulate it again. So let's say that we want the number to be something else apart from this 67777. Let's say 8888. So we will save and then go back to our data to our browser, run this code again. We now see phone number updated. When we go to the database, once we go to the database, open the database, so you refresh that register table, then you now see that the number now has been updated to 8888. Okay, now let's go for one more time. Let's say that we want this number now to be let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, assuming this is the person's phone number. So you just need to come down to your browser, run that file again or the code again. So you will see code phone number updated. Now go back to your database, then you refresh that the register table, then you now see that the number now has changed to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So I hope this is very, very clear to you. Watch the other videos that we have before, but for now this is a practical way on how to update data in the database. So you can use it to update password. Maybe when somebody want to update his password or change password, or any other thing that you would want to update in the database. So this is a practical way on how to do that. I will explain some the reason why we're using that email. I've made mention of primary key, so we're going to be using that. We're going to be explaining more of that in our next videos. So, but for now, this is a practical way to update data in your database. See you in the next video. So, but for now, let's say bye bye. So, we're going to be seeing you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this. If you have any question, reach out to me, or you put a comment here, so I will try as much as I can to attend to you. Bye for now.